As a proud to the season, no one gave Club FNC Villarreal the chance to be the third force team to compete against Club FNC Barcelona and Real Madrid. But this season, Villarreal Bobo are doing very well in the La Liga. This all go down to the technical being of Villarreal. Coach FNC Masiliano Garcia and Ejuma so on also the Mabobuko FNC Villarreal and a do Musawa Bedum Pepe so Musa is taking them back to under coach FNC Malouane Pellegrini about the head coach Dima Villarreal dominating European football. He's bringing that back to Club FNC Villarreal. Now into the game, how our Club FNC Villarreal and so started here in the midfield. Abante FNC Papagé together with Renato Viega and Abante FNC Sergi Cardona, all on Abante FNC Lamiyama to block other chances Abante FNC Lamiyama be creating the game, but game is starting. We say how Abante FNC Lamiyama and so Emmanuel up the game, creating a lot of chances. Despite say coach FNC Masiliano Garcia and so at the 4 players in Abedina Lamiyama sono. He finds way to create chances through this place. And I baby obeji boni biano or go straight to the goalkeeper. Then we'll show the position of the goalkeeper now also at the first hat-trick in his career for Club FNC Barcelona. And so Barcelona over the weekend against Club FNC Villarreal in the La Liga. And then Barcelona and so dominating game no from the start to the finish. And Abante FNC Pedro Gonzalez and so the first start after the injury no Edema Barcelona Bobo Kono, a wonderful player is Andra. How I will see creative chances Dima Barcelona Bobo Kono, and one of the pass of the man Lamiyama to finish his hat trick choir of first ball down the splitting passes to Lamiyama for him to finish, and also was very superb. And Andra on Mane the midfield Edema Barcelona Bobo Kono against Villarreal Bobo Kono. So it was a good game, and I maybe obey a team like Villarreal and also more competition the top 3 biano. Onya sa team na also Tiano and Andra Barcelona so Emano men now so etimi eko so ede emomo. Now let's go into the Italian Serie A and room in the English Premier League. And Andra big game so between AS Roma and Juventus Bobo Kono at the Stadio Olimpico Stadium. Game in the Bano Biashan Yonko 3-3. And the talking point any the scoreline but the choir goes to the FA so by and ye highlight and look at how Abante friends Francisco Conceição Ejina ho esi bobo ne share the technique and the quality of the player no was super. It was end-to-end action from 2 teams in now. AS Roma, it was a good game. Club FNC Juventus after their knockout in the Champions League playoffs against AS Roma. Also Atima shows some glimpses still more answer the old and answer the old lady of Italian football. It was a good game for all 2 teams in now. Abante FNC Wesley defender Edema AS Roma Bobo Kono from Brazil. The Bono was top notch for AS Roma and he's campaigning for position in the Brazil national team for the upcoming World Cup and also Basel. It was a good game in the Italian Serie A. Let's go to the Bundesliga, the El Clasic and also Etimi Basel between Borussia Dortmund and the Club FNC Bayern Munich. And game in the Bayern Munich share Borussia Dortmund by 3-2. About game no course not Borussia Dortmund was leading. Now Ultimu said clearly Club FNC Bayern Munich will come all out and win this game. And then Abante FNC Hurricane stepped up and also a rescue Club FNC Bayern Munich for them to win a very important game against Club FNC Borussia Dortmund. Over the years, Borussia Dortmund share Bayern Munich Biana, Bayern Munich Shomo, either say home and answer away. And then a clearly game in the air course say in terms of air possession, na Bayern Munich for no dominate Club FNC Dortmund. And clearly, Omunya a lot of chances and also in the first half Omukili game, but in the second half, Omonso Ebeshe, no one now so a team course and a Hurricane is leading the European Air Golden Boot, Hurricane and so Elidia, no money now Ekoyi and so Ermom. It is 11 points clear gap and a club FNC Borussia Dortmund and so etime LED in the Bundesliga. So league in there almost so atimi awi. Yanko Rome in the English Premier League nim na yendidi nkomo Manchester City eko wini against Leeds United and abante friend say Antoine Semenyo and the only goal in that game at the my club friend say Man City. One thing ewo ewiase mu ase ne say uketi water the most difficult thing is to sustain the water. After say what create water no to sustain the water one of the most difficult thing to do. But when you compare it to coach FN say Pep Guardiola, the all year with Manchester City, he's doing very well by sustaining the wire in previous year. We and he said one of the problem of Manchester City last season, and he said to find solution to some of the problems and Man City and this season one thing all year and he said yes signings are very strategic to solve air problems and last season na ofesi with the exception of abante friend is Erling Haaland. This season the backbone of Manchester City. And look at the players of this season. You can talk of Donnarumma, Ryan Cherki, abante friend Magi, Antoine Semenyo, and Tijani Riandes. These are the backbones of a club and friends of Manchester City this season. And players really now so about this season. And clearly you can see the strategic signing of Pep Guardiola to solve the problems and last season now OFC. You can talk of the beautiful play of Manchester City dominating play and scoring a lot of goals. But this is all I realize a lot of the Premier League coaches now so was system from that dominant play to direct football and as you see also airball. And one thing is or signing players almost suit to the style of play or person obo. Antoine Semenyo is a very direct player. And Tijani Riandes is a very direct player. Abante Ryan Cherki is a very direct player. Then over direct footballer, you have to have a goalkeeper. And also Betman make a lot of saves because you will be leaving a lot of spaces at your back. Then Donnarumma and Donnarumma is keeping the stakes for club Manchester City in the Premier League. So a very strategic signings at the right time for club Manchester City and and so at the Emomo Manchester City and so every normal game And now let's go to the old side of Manchester, which is Manchester United beating Crystal Palace at the Theatre of Dreams by 2-1. One thing and it's Michael Carrick on system in terms of tactics, in terms of style of play. But one thing under Ruben Amorim Manchester United say Manchester United so now concede first goal and say it is over. You lose game and clearly you can see team spirit ever down the normal lose game but idea Michael Carrick and Soraba Manchester United team and the confidence and the self-believer on Soraba team and for me I believe Manchester United bobo kuni pa no man so ekuyi at the MOM and ushe game after club and finish Crystal Palace share the first goal. You can see players and confidence in Ebasro and still they were chasing the game to club and finish Crystal Palace until penalty by Bruno Fernandes and so a share. Now, with all this, let's talk of our bunch of friends Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko a player here. Ne ya didn't bomb in the second half to win games for club and finish Manchester United. And after the game, and no, before the game, Omubusa Michael Carey said, you have made a huge change in your setup, and he said, benching a bunch of friends Amad Diallo to bring in Benjamin Sesko. And I say, Osha Manchester United game now who said, Omo winning at the latter part of the game. Omo Jumana Wieno and Sana win no Abba. But I prefer say in the course of say Omo Jumano, Omo winning game no. Now the opponent who say a Manchester United or more airborne. So he needed to make a change and as a statement said Nipana or didn't bomb for him to win the game for them in the latter part of the game because Benjamin Sesko Chabontino or we did game and or ahead of a players or more pitch and so I maybe Biano or not the right and also or make it the right decision and I also saw a lot of idea of the game a players or more pitch and so for him to have a lot of confidence in Benjamin Sesko also ordinary boom in an answer or started a game no unsure how a game will be siako and Benjamin Sesko started or Sabenya go no Eddie Emma because in the head of the player because or a champion of first substitute because the didn't boom be an obeshe it will go into the player head because the boom on be perform beam or the about 10 by Benjamin Sesko and so at me share no more akuye soraba Manchester United and time in town my chance kase the top 3 and I said the top 4 of the English Premier League with Manchester Arsenal Bobo Manchester City the team are also bet the top 3 Manchester United pair the almost in the year 2026 still Manchester United is still unbeaten and up a club what mama say a lot of points in the year 2026 Manchester United and also that uskini so no minaro kuyi the emomo the London derby so between club and Chelsea and Arsenal Bobo Kono at the Emirates Sports Room. Prior to this game, for me I believe say at the Emirates it's going to be very difficult for club and Chelsea. But now I believe say Arsenal is going to win, but just a goal margin pay and Arsenal for no so every team